Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Hard West with me, Bring It On. Let's go to Cooperton. The bartender recognized Cassandra immediately, brightening when he saw her. His pleasant mood did not seem to extend to the Inquisitor and his other companions. Cassandra recovered her things from a trunk behind the bar, and handed Cervantes with a large bundle of cash in gratitude for her rescue. When they sat down to talk, Cassandra revealed a great many secrets, chief among them that members of the Order were hiding among the natives to the south. When asked how she had become a prisoner of the Order, she replied that she had been Solomon DeLear's personal assistant. It accused her of disloyalty when she refused to have a cipher piece embedded in her flesh. The posse were sympathetic to her story, having heard Aza's remarkably similar story. Sandra complained of a sudden migraine. It had been a stressful time, she said. This often happened to her in such cases. She held her head like she was trying to keep her brains in, and told Cervantes she needed to lie down. Perez concurred. They all needed a good night's sleep. Cervantes rented 2 rooms for the night. The party got some much-needed shut-eye. In the morning, Cassandra was gone, leaving only a note. In it, she begged them to forgive her deception, and forget she ever existed. She said she bore them no ill will. Cervantes, for his part, was furious. He understood what Cassandra had been the clairvoyant all along. He threw the note in the fire, and ordered Perez to hunt her down, but it took the rest of his life. The lieutenant was surprised by the ferocity Cervantes showed, as well as the swiftness of the decision. But he knew what must be done, and left immediately. Together, Cervantes and Aza continued the quest for the last pieces of the cipher.
Cervantes wondered if sending Perez after Cassandra was the best course of action. Even so, he was not one to let go of a grudge. The clairvoyant had to die. He and Sister Rosa would have to do without Perez's protection from now on.
Alright, well, let's start from scratch. Alright, well, that's all the aim taken care of. Let's get some extra movement. Transfusion is really helpful anyway, so we're going to give that to him. Prayer is really useful as well. Courage is also really good. Let's go ahead and equip that on her. Alright, so he has a straight, he gets +1 HP per turn. She has a pair, so +4 movement. Let's go buy a healing elixir. If anyone has one laying around. So 65 aim. I'm going to give him that. Let's see, 5 and 5. Guess that works. Alright. To the Indian tent. Out north of the village, they met a native man on his own, sitting in front of his tent with a melancholy look. When they hailed him, they discovered he spoke English fluently. Cervantes adopted his kindest manner and asked him about his worries. The hosten told them his tale of woe. The hosten had befriended a family of farmers, some of the few that neither feared nor hated natives. His tribe, however, was horrified at this. They could not forgive him for befriending any of the race that had brought such suffering upon them. He had been shunned and expelled. Cervantes, ever the manipulator, knew he couldn't exploit the man's sorrow to elicit secrets from him. The hosten believed that if he accumulated enough money, he'd be accepted among the white people. He also said he knew of several order members in the area, that he was aware of the metal pieces in their flesh. He would not part with his information without gold in return. Alright, the one at the Indian village. The hosten said that of his former tribesmen had been in league with the order. He would not divulge his identity, however, unless Cervantes paid him. Alright, pay him for additional information. A tribesman named Gomda was the order's eyes and ears among the natives. Having never dealt with the hosten's people before, Cervantes asked him what would make his people turn on one another. The hosten handed Cervantes a pendant. It was one of several items he had stolen from his tribe when he left. He'd hoped to trade these items for money. Cervantes figured out the rest. Alright, the one at the smuggler cave. South of the village there was a cave by the river, where white smugglers traded forbidden goods with both Europeans and natives. One of the smugglers was a member of the order. The hosten would identify him in exchange for money. The order member's name was Jack Weinberg, or Weinberg. Probably Weinberg. He could be found in the smuggler's cave. The hosten believed that... we read that already. The one at the trade post. One order member worked at the nearby trading post. The hosten revealed that the order member at the trading post was named Roger Matthews. Alright, the Indian burial grounds. The burial grounds were a large field of graves with a magnificent mystical tree at its center. Tranquility hung like a mist in the air. They raided the graves and placed the locket. Aza was reluctant to desecrate the graves, but Sly Cervantes convinced her that since they were pagan graves, the normal rules did not apply. After several hours, they dug up most of the graves, collecting many valuables in the process. Cervantes then dropped the locket in a slightly out-of-the-way spot, as though it had accidentally been dropped there. So we have the bone amulet, which gives us plus 10 to aim, and the weird monocle, plus 10 to aim and plus 12 to sight. Alright, let's go to the outlaw joint first. The Drunken Boar was a cutthroat saloon, frequented by some of the nastiest men in the West. Among all the scum, one man caught Cervantes' attention. He was a slick, quiet fellow with an air of danger. Word had it he was Chip Henshaw, the sharpest shot in 3 counties. Cervantes approached the man. Cervantes used his sweetest talk, including assurances that he would be doing God's work, which meant a secure spot in heaven. Henshaw interrupted him to name his price, $100. Cervantes handed over the money. Henshaw finished his drink, slammed the glass on the bar, and accepted the deal. Alright, a new posse member. He has 60 aim right out the gate, that's really good. Shadow Salve is really good too. I might give this to him instead. And Prayer is really good. Beast Hearing is okay. I think Terror is better. Maybe I should swap these around. There we go. I think that's a little better. Now he needs equipment. What do we have? Healing herbs and dried meat should do. Okay. To the trading post. Paul Jackson's trading post is a popular store in the area, frequented by both white folk and natives. It also sheltered a member of the Order. Using the information they had, they only killed the Order member. Accusing Roger Matthews of smuggling goods to the Indians was all it took for the crowd to hang him from a pole. Still, he did not succumb, and hung there, gasping for breath and flailing his limbs pitifully. Cervantes did not wait until he died to cut the cipher piece out of his body, to the cheers of the bloodthirsty crowd. There was another location we were supposed to go to. It was a peaceful, seemingly idyllic village. The natives tolerated the presence of the white folk, watched their every step. Cervantes felt they would not hesitate to strike them down should the needs arise. Alright, let's look at their wares first. +5 defense. Using the information they had, they only killed the Order member. Cervantes asked to see Chief Satanga, I think I'm saying that right, was granted an audience. Satanga listened patiently as the Inquisitor spun his tale. Cervantes told how he came upon one of Satanga's tribesmen desecrating native graves. Satanga was enraged by these allegations and sent several men to inspect the burial grounds. When they returned, they confirmed the claims Cervantes had made. Worse still, they found Gomda's pendant there. There could be little doubt it had been his doing. Satanga wanted to exile Gomda. Cervantes convinced him the only true punishment for this heinous crime was immolation. Gomda remained proud and solemn as he burned, staring at Cervantes in silence until his flesh was blackened and he saw no more. When the cipher fell from his belly, Cervantes said it had driven Gomda to commit the atrocities. He picked it up as they recoiled, promising the natives he would destroy it for them. As he rode away, the natives thanked Cervantes with prodigious prostrations and gestures of respect. There's one more. There it is, the cave. Beyond the trapdoor, a tunnel led into the hill and opened into the smuggler's cave. The place was an underground market, where several merchants had fancy stands, and enough muscle to guarantee order in a place operating completely outside the law. For a secretive outlaw joint, it was clean, well run, and the clientele were diverse. Alright, let's look at the wares. That I want. Using the information they had, they only killed the Order member. Cervantes asked the crowd in the cave if they were aware of the Internal Revenue Service. When the indignant hubbub died down, he said he was only asking because Jack Weinberg was a known spy for the agency. Within seconds, Weinberg had been stabbed, clubbed in the head, and shot. The Inquisitor mimed giving Weinberg last rites as a pretense to retrieve the cipher piece from his dead body. One of the merchants approached Cervantes, introducing himself as merchant of miracle potions, also one who could spot a true visionary. He said he'd been watching the Inquisitor, and believed that by joining forces with him, he could gain more than just corporeal riches. He sought immortality. Cervantes assured him he was making the right choice, and accepted him into the posse. Yeah, what does he have equipped? We could probably do better with you. Only 50 aim. I'd like to have a better sidearm for him. Because I want at least 5 damage. But he also should get a trinket. Don't I have enough trinkets laying around? No. Alright, plus 5 defense. And card-wise, what do we have? Nothing super useful, but at least he has something. The barrage is okay. Alright, back to the Indian tent. Cervantes was one cipher piece short of his goal. He returned to Hosan, and in his most intimidating voice, demanded that the outcast reveal the final member of the order. Hosan tried to resist, but eventually he confessed. It was the shaman. He lived in isolation to the west of the village. Hosan warned the Inquisitor gravely, though. The man wielded formidable mystical powers. Hosan hinted that he was in possession of a charm that would protect the wearer against the shaman's spiritual powers. He had it hidden nearby and said he was willing to sell it to the Inquisitor. His price was $150. Greedily, Hosan took the money and told Cervantes where he could find the charm. It was hid under a nearby rock. While the Inquisitor fetched the item, Hosan packed up his belongings and set out northwards, his head lowered in shame. Actually get a charm there? I don't think I got a charm there. Alright. The shaman's tent. The shaman lived in a teepee, as did the rest of the natives. His, however, was notably larger with intimidating decorations. Cervantes swore he felt a force emanating from within. The shaman would be expecting them. They engaged the shaman. Cervantes, enraged, stabbed the man a dozen times and tore the cipher piece out of his chest. When he emerged from the teepee, Aza was gone. What did that matter? The last cipher piece was in his possession. It was time to pay Ram a visit. And then DeLear. Well, if she's gone, we can give the aim bonuses to these guys. Which he desperately needs. And I think prayer is just a really good ability to have. Alright, back to Ram. While calm during their earlier meetings, Ram was visibly agitated when Cervantes returned to tell him the cipher was complete. Now they could use it to locate the sanctuary, acquire the Meteor, and kill DeLear, its protector. For reasons only known to himself, the normally dexterous Ram tipped over his cauldron, where they left to search for the sanctuary. Alright, well, let's equip him now. Alright, both of these are fine. He'll benefit greatly from movement and defense. In fact, let's give him this instead. Alright, so he has plus 8 sight, plus 4 movement, plus 8 sight, plus 30 max luck. Alright, works for me. The sanctuary. The magnificent villa was fortified, but it required great force to capture. It didn't look like a hiding place for a mystical object, but according to the cipher, this was the fabled sanctuary that DeLear had built. They were certain DeLear was there, this time without the protection of his clairvoyant. That did not mean he wasn't still a force to be reckoned with. Did I make any last preparations? Now is the time. Attack the sanctuary. Solomon DeLear had been a man of science most of his life. For the first time in decades, he turned to God as he prepared his last stand.
The Grand Inquisitor reached his destination. The end of a very long trail. The sanctuary. Here was where Solomon DeLear would make his last stand.
Only 2 in view. I'll hold off on using that for now, I think. He has 5 health. That's no good. Alright, well, I'll take the Blessed Aim. Got half of his health. We'll probably finish him off this turn as well. I may as well go and take this shot as well. Let's see, 3 damage, 35% chance. I'll take it. I think we're going to finish off the guy that we started attacking. Guy all the way back there. Well, we killed 1. I'm feeling pretty good. They all have 10. Oh no! What's he doing right there? Alright, what are we looking at here? Hold off on that for now. Let's see. Go and reload that. Go and use courage. Not great odds. I would like to get inside. We need to take care of this guy over here first. I'd rather you go around this way. Not a guaranteed shot. That was a terrible shot, actually. Oh no. I'm gonna take care of our flanks before we push inside. think this counts as a flanking shot. Better than nothing. And I would like to finish this guy off. I think I'm going to expose him. Super dangerous. I think it's worthwhile. Clear out some of this riffraff. Alright. That feels pretty good. Let's see. Him over here. Then reload. And then Rom, where are we gonna put you, buddy? Send you over this way. That is interesting. So are there only two still in the house? Looks like there's one in that corner over there. Not entirely sure what to do with this guy. We'll tuck him back here. Alright, we'll send him in here like so. I'm pretty sure that's a flank shot. And again, maybe not. Mark him back out here, just keep him alive. Alright, super dangerous because he's probably going to get killed. But it's one less we have to worry about. But you seem to keep these guys busy back here. Don't do it. Alright, we're going to clean up some of the mess that we made back here by finishing this guy off. We're back in here where it's safe and heal up. Or just reload. And Rom will shortly go upstairs, along with the Inquisitor, and clear out the enemies up there. And we'll just keep him here for now. Keep some pressure on these guys back here. Send Rom up here as well. Start whittling these guys down. Hope for the best. I could golden bullet. Not quite enough. Let's go ahead and Courage. That should boost his damage, I think. We should be able to finish off the guy with 4 health. Not quite. I mean, pretty good odds. Alright, they're making this pretty easy. Alright, now a golden bullet will finish that guy off. Just keep poking that guy and holding the line. I mean, pretty good odds of doing 2 damage from this distance. We don't need to push him in any further. That was definitely worthwhile. Alright, just keep poking away. Send Rom over here to get healed up by the angelic spirit that this guy has. How it doesn't heal the guy that uses it, because he's in the aura. Alright, golden bullet this guy. Waste this guy's luck. Be doubly sure. Never mind, he's gained 50 luck. That's fine. I think he still has the shot.
The one and only true Solomon DeLear was dead. Solomon and all the guards at the sanctuary were no longer among the living. It was time for the Inquisitor and his followers to gather at the Meteor and begin the ritual. Once in position around the Meteor, they began to chant their infernal verses. The sound of an approaching mob broke their concentration. Who would dare interfere? Sister Rosa led the righteous multitude, determined to make amends for what she had done. Cervantes knew the ritual could be quickened by igniting the skull torches in the garden.
So Pius just send, well, I guess we can send them all out to do this. In fact, he can reach it on this turn. May as well, right? Any harm in that? We'll speed it up a little bit, knock off 4 turns. We have a ton of movement, so. Feels like there's a lot of enemies out there. In fact, he can take care of this by himself. On this side, we'll have, what's his face, just get in a position to defend. I'm pretty sure they're running into the house. Yeah, gonna kill that guy. One less to worry about. It's all a numbers game. In turn-based games, you always want the better turn economy. Ow, that's a big hit. Decent odds, but I think he can finish him off instead. Another one bites the dust. Do the last turn. They might have us clean up all the enemies. I don't remember this mission at all.
The blast from the meteor could be heard for hundreds of miles. It melted off Raum's flesh to reveal his true form, an abomination, a demon.
Even with 19 health at that. What's up, fellas?
Sister Rosa's demise gave Cervantes a feeling of perverse satisfaction.
Alright, another one down. There's just 2 left. This guy, and then I think there's a woman back here next to this tree. Weird that he didn't move. He's flanked by him. I mean, I'll take it. Let's have him rush forward instead. There she is.
The last remnants of the Order were finally gone, and the Inquisitor's quest was over.
Alright, another scenario complete. We only have 3 more in the base campaign. I still didn't get one of the items. What did I miss? I probably have to slaughter everybody, so instead of just targeting the Order members, probably killing everybody that you come across. Selecting the option, let the devil sort them out, was probably what you need to do. It's the only thing that I didn't do. I don't think I've ever done, so. Huh. By the way, yeah, all we have is A Matter of Time, Graveyard Shift, and On Earth as It Is in Hell. Then the DLC, of course, but we'll do this one next, and then I will jump into the Graveyard Shift. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.